I definitely want more tribal members out there like practicing their treaty rights and getting down and getting out back out to gather in the ways we used to do it. Getting back to the knowledge that we had before. Like they just spend outrageous money on like just buying just stuff that we could harvest in our own backyard. That and getting back with nature. Like getting back on our lands and just getting people back out there is my biggest thing. I think once we like get everybody like out there, then the stories will start coming back out. Like once they start getting into it and get those memories going of like what they used to do like when they're younger. It's the same with me. Like I'm not that old, but like I forgot a bunch of stuff and then like getting back like especially mushrooms. I was like, oh man, it's like I used to go out and pick these. Just figuring out like how the plant grows pretty much is the first step. Like seeing it there, and then you have to get down to the bottom to get these bulbs out of there. But like trying to at first I was like just digging, like then you find like these roots that go all the way from the plant. Then you start following them down, and you're like, oh man, probably that's probably it. Then you like digging, and like get down there, and you can just barely feel it with your fingers, and you're already elbow deep, and like just figuring out like how the plant grows pretty much, and like where you have to dig towards to get to it. And most of the time you'd follow that route, and you'd get down there, and you could feel it with your tip of your finger, and the root would pop off, and you'd have to like hurry up and dig around it so you don't lose it. But it took a while to get that technique down to actually figure out like how they grow.
The wetland areas are really underrated a lot of the time. People think of them as wet, smelly, muddy, mucky. But what a diversity of life we find there. The Wapito, a great example. You have to dig in the mud. The tubers are deep, 1 to 5 feet under the muck. And just to be able to see the root structure, the rhizomes that do lead down to the tubers, the above ground leaves when they are in full peak. They're as tall as I am. They're 5 feet tall. What a neat plant.
It was definitely fun getting there with your bare feet. And everybody was barefoot within like 10 minutes. Yeah.
It definitely tastes kind of bland, a little chewier, starchier, like harder than a potato. It takes longer to cook, and then it was kind of bitter in the bigger ones. The smaller ones weren't as bitter.
It is reminiscent of a potato, but there is greater depth than a typical potato, and it doesn't get as soft as potatoes, so it retains its structure, where it's more like a water chestnut in texture, where it's harder, than a smushy potato.
For necessities, the plant itself is amazing. It can really do everything for you. You flour from the head of it. You cook the root, and it's like similar to a starchy potato. And you can eat the young shoots, and I'm sure those are full of vitamins or like a good green, like wild greens. And then you can take the reeds and make sleeping mats, make place mats, things to serve food on, to sit on, to insulate your house, to even build walls. They build walls for summer huts and stuff like that with them, and insulated their longhouses with the cattail mats.
Cattail, again, it's a plant that's used a lot. Soil reclamation work, removing toxins from the soil. And so it's something that's always in my mind as, we go out and harvest these plants. The cattail that they harvested, it was being used for mats and basketry, but it is also a food. And so when we do go out and harvest these roots that we know uptake toxins, we do need to think about where we're getting. I think it's in everyone's mind where we're sourcing our food plants.
It is a different experience. I mean, I kind of already knew how to do it from being in the past, but finding good patches, the tall ones, and how to strip them all down, let them dry out. The gelatinous goo was kind of something, but I guess once you get enough on your hand, it just slides right down anyways, so it makes it easier. I guess the valley wouldn't be the best place to harvest it for food with all the development and everything going on. Busier roads nowadays. I think the more for food, you want to get further up in the hills and away from civilization. I guess on the mushroom hunt, It's definitely awesome getting into a place that's not touched by like commercial harvesters.
So definitely being able to go to a cleaner, more untouched area and take other people out there that have never done it, or people that really don't know much about it, and share that experience with them just to see how excited they get. And having the elders and youth involved all at the same time, so you get that multi-generational passing on of knowledge, and it was really a heartfelt experience.
Getting out there with the younger kids, it was good. Yeah, there and practice our treaty rights, like get back into getting our natural foods and getting back to healthier diets, and it is fun. I liked it, just be able to get them back out there. It's good to get back out in the wilderness too, like get back to like who we originally were.
Yeah, I really liked seeing the light in everybody's eyes once they were just like thoroughly interested in what we were looking for. I like sharing a lot of the things that I like to do, is because to me it's fun. It's more of a way of life than a hobby, but it is like a hobby. And then so when you see everybody else get super excited about it too, you're like, it makes you feel good.
The whole point is just getting people back out there and getting back in touch of who we were, still are. Is just how to get back out there.
I think a big part of the goal for harvesting the program is the preservation of the heritage, and it goes beyond that to the health and wellness of the people, to make them live longer. The harvesting program is not just for health and wellness and knowledge and being able to share it with people, but preservation of the heritage and trying to protect areas of forest or bogs or prairies and restore them if they need it, to keep the land the way it was.
There's like a giant mushroom that's called a lobster claw mushroom, or just lobster mushroom. Those things are huge. They're like the size of like my hand or bigger. I was able to show my sister one of those, and she's like, oh my gosh, like she was like amazed. After that, she wanted to keep finding more lobster mushrooms. And then being able to like just have your elders there, being able to like hear stories that they may have to share about what they did when they were younger. It's an amazing time to bond. I think it's really important that we keep it going. It truly is like heartwarming just to see us all come together.
Feel like Rambo.
What?
Baked Wapato potato?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they roast them in like fires and stuff like that, and then you peel them open and they look just like a baked potato.